I'm Jean Boucher, professor at the Kinanthropology Department of the Université du Québec at Montreal and kinesiologist. The research presented is on the use of electrical stimulation for targeted fat loss. The original idea was to artificially induce lipolysis through electrical stimulation. Lipolysis is the mechanism by which the fatty acids, the fat, leave the fat cell. It's the mechanism through which we lose weight. If you will, we can compare the fat cell to a beach ball full of fatty acids. If we want to lose weight, the fatty acids need to be liberated. They need to leave the fat cell through the cell membrane in order to reach the blood flow and be utilized. What our technique does is that through electrical stimulation, we're able to recruit what is called voltage-dependent channels. For instance, when we get an electrical shock and we hurt or contract a muscle, it's because our sensitive or motor nerves will have been stimulated or depolarized through this electrical current. In the membrane of the adipocyte or fat cell, we find the same type of channels that can be stimulated to produce or induce a reaction. The first parameter we studied systematically is the amplitude or intensity of the current. There exists a very precise window of activation that lies between 4 and 6 milliamps. We transformed part of our lab in a small fitness center. Groups of women came to walk 3 times per week, half an hour each time for 12 weeks. They were tested before, after 6 weeks, and at the end of the 12-week training period. The most important measure was the thickness of the fat layer where the stimulation was applied, or for the control group where we did not stimulate, that is on 2 specific areas, the abdomen and the thigh. Electrical stimulation applied at the abdomen was responsible for a 5% increase in fat reduction at the site of stimulation. At the thigh, an increased fat reduction of 19% compared to the control group was achieved. Both groups lost the same amount of body fat, that is, between 5 and 6%. Hence, we're able to conclude that our technique, in conjunction with exercise, does not produce a greater weight loss, but it allows to lose weight or fat where we choose. That's why this invention is interesting. We can now target the love handles or hip fat, for instance, and that's where we'll lose fat specifically. We believe that we've identified a new way to trigger a very important mechanism, that is lipolysis, or the fact that the fat leaves the cell. For a researcher, it's a lot of fun. It's a new door opening on a never-ending research avenue.